Midnight Zephyr presents True Story, and your feedback helps shape the next horror. What do you want to hear next? And subscribe so you don't miss the next night of nightmares. The story follows Alex, a 28-year-old graphic designer from the bustling city of Seattle, who agrees to house sit for his longtime college friend, Sarah, while she's away on a week-long photography retreat in the mountains. To make it original, the setting shifts to Sarah's quaint fog-shrouded bungalow, perched on the rugged coastline of Oregon, surrounded by dense pine forests and crashing waves below steep cliffs, a place known locally for its eerie isolation and whispered tales of shipwrecks and lost souls. Alex, recently laid off and dealing with the emotional fallout of a messy divorce, sees this as a chance to recharge, focus on freelance projects, and bond with Sarah's perceptive border collie Luna, a sharp, loyal dog trained for search and rescue in her younger days, but now retired and attuned to subtle disturbances interweaving flashbacks to Alex's past traumas with escalating present-day events, building suspense through layered revelations. It begins innocently. Alex arrives at dusk, unpacks in the cozy living room overlooking the sea, and sets up his workstation in the attic loft, where Luna curls up nearby. As night falls, Luna's behavior turns odd. She whines softly at the fogged windows, her ears twitching toward unseen sounds from the cliffs below. Dismissing it as adjustment to a new person, Alex takes her for a twilight stroll along the narrow beach path, but Luna freezes midway, hackles raised, staring into the misty woods where twisted branches resemble grasping hands. A new subplot introduces a mysterious neighbor, elderly widow Mrs. Eleanor Vance, who drops by with homemade pie and cryptic warnings about wanderers drawn to the coast's loneliness, hinting at a recent string of unsolved break-ins tied to a shadowy figure locals call the Cliff Ghost, a rumored vagrant or something more sinister. Tension ramps up as Alex works late into the night, hearing faint scratching at the doors and glimpsing fleeting shadows in the peripheral vision. A twist unfolds when he discovers an old journal hidden in the bungalow's basement, belonging to Sarah's late uncle, detailing paranoid entries about being watched during stormy nights, mirroring Alex's growing paranoia. Motivations shift. Unlike the original's random intruder, here the antagonist is revealed as a former colleague of Sarah's, driven by an obsessive grudge over a stolen photo credit that ruined his career, now stalking the property to retrieve evidence he believes is hidden there. Alex's calls to Sarah go unanswered due to poor signal, forcing him to rely on Luna's instincts. Alex Thompson pulled his weathered SUV into the gravel driveway of Sarah's bungalow, just as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the Oregon coast in hues of bruised purple and fading orange. The air was thick with the scent of salt and pine, carried on a brisk wind that whistled through the tall evergreens encircling the property like silent sentinels. He'd driven the 4 hours from Seattle in one go, his mind a whirlwind of recent misfortunes. The pink slip from his graphic design firm still fresh in his glove compartment, the divorce papers signed barely a month ago. Sarah, his old college buddy from art school, had practically begged him to house sit while she chased waterfalls and autumn foliage on her photography retreat. "It's perfect for you, Alex," she'd said over the phone, her voice bubbly as always. "Quiet, inspiring, and Luna will keep you company. She's a dream, no trouble at all." He grabbed his duffel bag and laptop case from the back seat, slinging them over his shoulder as he approached the front door. The bungalow was charming in a rustic way, with weathered cedar siding and a wraparound porch that overlooked the jagged cliffs dropping to the Pacific below. Waves crashed rhythmically in the distance, a soothing soundtrack that Alex hoped would drown out the noise in his head. He fumbled with the key Sarah had mailed him, pushing the door open to a warm glow from the living room lamp she'd left on. "Luna? Here, girl," he called softly, stepping inside. The border collie appeared from the kitchen, her black and white fur sleek and her intelligent brown eyes assessing him with a tilt of her head. She was about 8 years old now, retired from her days assisting in local search and rescue operations, but Sarah swore she still had that uncanny knack for sensing things others missed. Luna trotted over, sniffing his jeans before giving a tentative wag of her tail. Alex knelt down, scratching behind her ears. "Good girl. We're gonna have a fun week, huh?" The house was cozy, with exposed beam ceilings and shelves lined with Sarah's photography books and knickknacks from her travels, a carved wooden mask from Bali, a collection of sea glass in a jar. Alex dropped his bags in the guest room downstairs, a small space with a twin bed and a window facing the forest. But Sarah had suggested he work in the attic loft for the best views, so he headed up the narrow staircase, Luna padding behind him. The loft was spacious, with a slanted roof, a sturdy oak desk, and a large picture window framing the darkening ocean. He set up his laptop, plugging in the charger and arranging his sketch pad and stylus nearby. Freelance gigs were trickling in, a logo redesign here, a website banner there, but he needed focus to rebuild his portfolio. As he booted up his computer, Luna settled into a plush dog bed in the corner, her eyes half closed but ears perked. Alex dove into work, editing a series of digital illustrations for a client's children's book. The story was about a lost adventurer in an enchanted forest, which felt ironically fitting given the pines swaying outside. Hours slipped by, broken only by the occasional sip of coffee from the thermos he'd brought. Around 8 p.m., his stomach growled, prompting him to head downstairs to raid the fridge. Sarah had stocked it well. Fresh salmon, veggies, and a note on the counter. "Help yourself. Walk Luna before dark if you can. Trail starts out back. XOS. Sounds good," Alex muttered, prepping a quick sandwich. Luna watched him intently, her tail thumping when he grabbed her leash from the hook by the back door. The sun had fully set now, but a half moon provided enough light to illuminate the path. They stepped out into the cool evening, the fog rolling in from the sea like a living entity, muting sounds and blurring edges. The trail wound through the backyard, descending gently toward the beach below the cliffs. It was a popular spot for locals during the day, but at night it felt deserted. The only noise, the distant roar of waves and the crunch of gravel underfoot. Luna led the way eagerly at first, her nose to the ground sniffing at ferns and driftwood. Alex breathed deeply, feeling the tension from the drive ease. "This is what I needed, girl. Fresh start." But about 10 minutes in, as they approached a bend where the path hugged the cliff edge, Luna stopped abruptly. Her body tensed, hackles rising along her spine. She let out a low whine, staring into the misty underbrush to their left. "What's up, Luna?" Alex tugged gently on the leash, but she didn't budge. Her gaze was fixed on something in the fog, perhaps a rustle of leaves or a shadow. He strained his eyes, seeing nothing but swirling vapor and twisted branches. Probably just a rabbit or something. Still, a chill crept up his neck, the kind that comes from being watched. He remembered Sarah mentioning the area's wildlife, deer, foxes, even the occasional coyote. But Luna's reaction felt different, more vigilant. After a moment, he coaxed her forward, but she kept glancing back, her pace hurried as if eager to return home. Back inside, Alex locked the door and shook off the unease. "You're just spooked by the fog, huh?" he said to Luna, who stuck close to his side as he returned to the loft. He worked another hour, but concentration waned. Luna, usually relaxed, kept lifting her head, ears twitching toward the window. At one point, she stood up, padding to the glass and pressing her nose against it, a soft growl rumbling in her throat. Alex paused his music, listening. Nothing but the wind. "Okay, that's enough for tonight." He shut down his laptop and headed downstairs to unwind. The living room had a comfortable couch and a small TV. He flipped on a nature documentary, sinking into the cushions with Luna at his feet. But even there, she seemed restless, her eyes darting to the windows every few minutes. Alex texted Sarah, "All good here. Luna's a bit jumpy tonight. Everything okay on your end?" Her reply came quickly. "She's probably missing me, or sensing the storm coming in. Forecast says fog and rain all week. Sweet dreams." "Storm?" Alex glanced outside. The fog had thickened, obscuring the cliffs entirely. He double-checked the locks before bed, a habit from city living, then retired to the guest room. Luna hopped onto the foot of the bed without invitation, curling up with a sigh. Sleep came fitfully, interrupted by dreams of his ex-wife, Carla, accusing him of neglect during their marriage. In the dream, she morphed into a shadowy figure, lurking outside the window, tapping on the glass. He woke around 2 a.m. to Luna's low growl. The room was pitch black, the fog pressing against the panes like a blanket. "What is it?" he whispered, sitting up. Luna was rigid, staring at the door. Then, a faint scratch, barely audible, like nails on wood, echoed from downstairs. Alex's heart pounded. Burglars? Animals? He grabbed his phone, activating the flashlight, and crept to the hallway. Luna followed, her body low and alert. The scratching stopped as they descended. In the kitchen, everything looked normal, the door locked, windows secure. But when he shone the light on the back door, he noticed the latch was loose, jiggling slightly when touched. "Sarah said this was fine," he murmured, testing it. It held, but barely. Unease settled in his gut. Was someone trying to get in? Or was it just the wind? The next morning, Alex shook off the night terrors with strong coffee. The fog had lifted slightly, revealing a gray sky and choppy seas. He took Luna for another walk, this time in daylight, the path less intimidating with birds chirping overhead. They made it to the beach where waves lapped at pebble-strewn sand. Luna chased a seagull briefly, seeming her normal self. "See? Nothing to worry about," Alex told her, tossing a stick. On the way back, a figure emerged from the neighboring property, an elderly woman with silver hair tied in a bun, carrying a covered dish. "Hello there. You must be Sarah's friend," she called, waving. "I'm Eleanor Vance, next door." Alex smiled, introducing himself and Luna, who wagged her tail politely. Mrs. Vance handed over the dish, an apple pie, still warm. "Thought you might like some home cooking. This place can feel lonely, especially with the fog." "Thanks, that's kind." Sarah mentioned the area's beautiful but isolated. Mrs. Vance's eyes twinkled with a mix of warmth and something sharper. "Oh, it is. But mind the cliffs. Folks call them the Whispering Edges, old legends about shipwreck survivors wandering up from the wrecks, lost and desperate. And lately, some break-ins. They say it's the cliff ghost, a drifter preying on empty houses. Keep your doors locked, young man." Alex chuckled nervously. "Sounds like a ghost story to scare tourists." "Perhaps," she said, her expression serious. "But I've seen shadows myself, just be careful." She patted Luna. "Good dog you have there. Animals know things we don't." The conversation lingered in Alex's mind as he returned to work. The pie was delicious, a sweet contrast to his growing anxiety. He dove into designs, creating moody graphics inspired by the coast, swirling fog, silhouetted cliffs. Luna napped nearby, but around noon she perked up again, whining at the window. Alex looked out, seeing only mist. "You're making me paranoid, girl." To clear his head, he drove into the nearby village, a quaint cluster of shops and cafes along the harbor. At the local coffee spot, the Salty Brew, he ordered a latte and struck up a chat with the barista Jamie, a friendly guy in his mid-20s with tattoos peeking from his sleeves. "New in town?" Jamie asked, foaming the milk. "Just house-sitting for a friend. Nice place, but the fog's intense." Jamie nodded. "Yeah, it rolls in thick this time of year. Heard about the disappearances? Couple hikers went missing last month near the cliffs. Cops say they fell, but locals think otherwise. Maybe tied to those burglaries." "Burglaries?" Alex echoed, recalling Mrs. Vance's words. "Yep, isolated homes targeted. Nothing big stolen, just creepy, like someone watching. Stay safe out there." The drive back felt longer, the fog denser. Alex parked and entered the bungalow, Luna greeting him with enthusiastic jumps. He settled in the loft, but focus eluded him. Instead, he explored the house, discovering the basement door behind a pantry shelf. Curiosity piqued, he descended the creaky stairs, flashlight in hand. The space was cluttered with boxes of Sarah's old gear, cameras, tripods, and a dusty trunk labeled Uncle Ted. Inside the trunk, amid faded photos, was a leather-bound journal. Alex flipped it open, scanning entries from years ago. Night of the storm, heard footsteps on the porch. Thought it was the wind, but the dog barked mad. Something's out there, watching. Chills ran down his spine. Uncle Ted, Sarah's relative who'd owned the place before her, had died mysteriously. A fall from the cliffs, ruled accidental. But the journal suggested paranoia, mentions of the Watcher haunting the property. Luna, who'd followed him down, growled suddenly, staring at the small basement window high on the wall. Alex looked up. Outside, through the grime, a shadow shifted. Or did it? He blinked, and it was gone. Just my imagination, he muttered, but his pulse raced. That evening, as rain pattered against the roof, Alex cooked the salmon, sharing bits with Luna. He tried calling Sarah, but the signal dropped. Storm interference, probably. Instead, he texted Jamie. "Hey, grab that coffee. Thanks for the chat. Any more on those burglaries?" Jamie's reply. "Nothing official, but rumor is it's an ex-local with a grudge. Be vigilant." Vigilant. The word echoed as night fell. Alex worked late, the loft illuminated by his screen's glow. Luna paced, her nails clicking on the wood. Then, around 11 p.m., the power flickered and died, plunging the house into darkness. "Great," Alex groaned, grabbing his phone. The backup generator was in the shed outside, but with the rain pouring, he hesitated. Using the flashlight, he navigated downstairs, Luna close behind. At the back door, he paused. The loose latch from last night now seemed suspicious. Had someone tampered with it? He opened it cautiously, rain lashing his face, and dashed to the shed. Fumbling with the generator, he got it humming, lights buzzing back on. Back inside, dripping wet, he toweled off. But Luna was barking now, frantic at the living room window. Alex approached, peering out. In the rain-smeared glass, reflected by the porch light, he saw a figure, tall, hooded, standing at the edge of the property, staring back. His blood froze. The figure turned and vanished into the fog. Heart-hammering, Alex dialed 911. "There's someone outside my house," he whispered urgently. The operator promised a patrol car, but with the storm it might take time. While waiting, he barricaded the doors with chairs, Luna growling beside him. He grabbed a fireplace poker for protection, mind racing. Was this the cliff ghost, or something more personal? The journal's words haunted him. "The Watcher knows your secrets." Sirens approached after what felt like eternity. 2 officers searched the grounds, flashlights cutting through the rain. "No sign of anyone," the lead cop said, a burly man named Officer Reyes. "Could have been a neighbor or animal, but we'll keep an eye out. Lock up tight." Alex nodded, but doubt gnawed. As the cops left, he noticed the basement door ajar. Had he left it open? Descending again, he found the journal disturbed, pages flipped to an entry about hidden evidence in the walls. What evidence? Upstairs, settling uneasily, Alex's phone buzzed. An unknown number. The message, "You shouldn't be here." His skin crawled. Luna whined, pressing against him. The night dragged on, sleep evading him. Dawn brought no relief. The fog persisted and Luna's vigilance intensified. Alex decided to investigate further, starting with the village library for local history. But as he prepared to leave, a knock at the door startled him. It was Mrs. Vance, her face pale. "I saw lights last night. Everything all right?" "Fine," Alex lied, not wanting to alarm her. But she leaned in. "Be careful. The cliff ghost isn't just a story. My husband saw him before he vanished." Vanished? Alex's mind reeled. The day unfolded with more discoveries. He found a loose floorboard in the loft, hiding a small box with photos of a man arguing with Sarah's uncle. Who was he? A search on his laptop revealed a name. Marcus Hale, a former photographer who'd accused Ted of stealing his work, ruining his career. Hale had disappeared years ago, presumed dead. Subplot weaving in, Alex messaged Jamie for a meetup at the cafe. Over coffee, Jamie shared, "Hale? Yeah, old scandal. He vowed revenge on Ted's family. Some say he's still around, living off-grid." The pieces clicked. The Watcher, the grudge. Was Hale the intruder? Motivation shifted from random threat to targeted vendetta. But why now? With Sarah away, the house vulnerable. Returning home, Alex reinforced the doors, installing a temporary chain lock. Luna seemed calmer, but as evening fell, the scratching returned, louder, from the attic. Climbing up, he found the window unlatched, rain pooling on the sill. Someone had been inside. Panic rising, he called Sarah again, finally connecting. "Alex, what's wrong?" "Someone's trying to get in, the locks are tampered, and I found your uncle's journal. Mentions a Marcus Hale." Silence. Then, oh God, Hale was obsessed. He thought Uncle hid proof of the theft here. "I thought it was over." "Why didn't you tell me?" "I didn't want to scare you. Stay safe, I'm coming back early." But the line cut as thunder boomed. Alone again, Alex heard footsteps on the porch. Luna barked ferociously, lunging at the door. Through the peephole, he saw two figures, one hooded, the other masked, prying at the lock. "Get away!" Alex yelled, grabbing the poker. The door rattled but held. Luna's snarls intensified, and one intruder cursed, backing off. They fled into the night, but not before dropping something, a photo of Sarah marked with an X. Alex slumped against the wall, breathing heavy. The threat was real and bigger than one man. Who was the accomplice? As rain pounded, he heard distant footsteps returning, echoing in the fog. Whatever secrets the bungalow held, they were far from over, and the night was just beginning.